Mariners 0, Rangers 3. And at this point, you just got to let it out. See Rob Refsnyder rob the homer. That was probably the lone bright spot from any of the fielders, any of the position players today. And we're going to look under the hood and see what it was, because this isn't a bad team. This is a slumping team, and you just got to let it out early in the season. You lose 3-0. I get out hit 6-2. I mean, your offense has been so down. Like, there's just every other day on this road trip, it's like 2 hits in 9 innings. That's not going to get it done, obviously. Out hit unexpected batting average sounds like a broken record, saying it every day. 229 to 171. Average is 200 in this game. These balls in Texas are not particularly flying. It looks like they are on the TV, but they're just not. And it's time to let it all out today and tomorrow. You get a rare 50-plus hour break in the middle of the season. A day game, get to get away, and you have a full day of Thursday to rest up, kind of rinse everything away, and then you get back Friday night. You're going to have a big game against another division rival at the ballpark, facing Houston. Ichiro getting honored before the game. Before we play any more baseball, we're going to be honoring Ichiro. And, I mean, you've got a lot of opportunity to cleanse things here. Before the game, this is the first time I haven't got a pregame out for you guys. I apologize. My YouTube Shorts is still busted up, so I'm going to work on that. See if I can, use some other old phone that I have, something like that. But anyway, that's the case right now. Rob Refsnyder robs the homer in right field, takes some good at-bats, walks to lead off the game, and he scalds the ball to center field. It looked like it was going to drop in for a hit, but man, he is hitting line drives straight to the outfielders. He's hitting oppo shots, to the warning track. Rob Refsnyder just not getting the job done, but under the hood, let's see what his expected batting average is this year. It can't be that high, but it also can't be expected batting average of 0.31. So, but he's not chasing. That's the one. If I'm really looking, I am a little, scrounging at the bits. So I'm looking at just savant for a batter, but his approach is still good. He's walking a lot. He's not chasing. The bat speed isn't low either. Like, he doesn't look like he's lost a step of athleticism. He has been really unlucky and really not good so far. But, I mean, what am I going to say other than the fact that, like, his rolling xwOBA, going down and stuff, but he's still walking a lot. His bat speed is still up. He has not hit the ball the way that you want to see, but once he actually connects with the ball, the barrel rate being 0, he hasn't barreled up a single ball this year. That is a sign of unlucky more than a sign of being bad. He is whiffing quite a bit. He is striking out quite a bit. But everything is going wrong for Rob Refsnyder, and he's still finding a way to contribute robbing a homer. You see on this thumbnail, like, he's got some edge to him. That's a guy who could, just let it out. And then when he gets back here, this series, versus Houston coming up, he has a lot right now to prove. But you remember how long the Mariners rode with Donovan Solano, who they gave $3.5 million to be a bench and platoon right-handed option. And he only took off May, and then for May through June and into July, he was the hottest bat, one of the hottest bats in baseball. Same thing could happen to Rob Refsnyder, and when it looks good for Rob Refsnyder, it's going to look really good. So, not a guy that is going to be getting. They're not going to get rid of him anytime soon. They invested the $6.3525 million, whatever it was, for a reason. Is what it is. Let me stop talking about him and move on to some of the others. Cal Raleigh, 2 hard hits for on his 4 at bats, but strikes out once, doesn't walk, still not looking good. Julio, a walk, 2 strikeouts. He walks actually after Refsnyder in the first inning, so we had 2 base runners in the first inning. That was definitely the best chance of the game. After that, not a whole lot to speak of. And then Randy. Doesn't get on base this game. Unfortunate. Neither does Brendan Donovan. And when you have no hits from the top 5 in the lineup, you are not going to be looking good. Mitch Garver, I mean, he gets one of the Mariners' few hits. He was actually looking like pretty good today. Um, so I don't know, for whatever it's worth, maybe Mitch Garver can get hot and provide something to this offense, which is just struggling right now. J.P. Crawford strikes out. Connor Joe strikes out. Connor Joe looked. I mean, the news before the game that I didn't get out for you guys. Victor Robles on the IL, retroactive to yesterday. He has a pec strain, I guess, is what Mariners PR put out. And then later I hear it's kind of a shoulder thing that came throwing in warmups yesterday, throwing to the infield. I don't know, man. I love Victor Robles. He's, him getting injured. I mean, he is an explosive athlete. As he gets older, obviously got to stay healthy. You can't control that, but to get those contributions from him, that's what you're gonna need him to stay healthy, and let's just hope once he gets back healthy that he can keep contributing. Because I liked what I saw at the plate earlier this year. Love what he provides in the outfield as far as defense and on the base paths. And Cole Young does check in with a hit. Cole Young again being kind of the lone bright spot in this offense. Then you got Brian Wu. Brian Wu's outing actually under the hood was really good, so I'm going to go back over to that. But 8 hard hits on 83 pitches, not terrible, not great either. He was getting hard hit a little bit. Everything was getting blasted to the outfielders. The Rangers honestly were getting, they were close to really catching some balls and hitting them out of the ballpark. But on the pitching side, everything looked pretty decent. I mean, Ferrer goes with a clean inning, does get a walk, allow a walk, but doesn't get hit hard. So I'd rather, honestly, right now, that he limit the hard hits, and be trying to strike guys out more, which he's looked good at in his last outing too. Bizardo allowing a hit, but getting an inning done on 8 pitches, being really efficient. Doesn't allow 2 hard hits, but at that point, you're just trying to get some quick work and get the game over with. Inspire looked really good, striking out 2 in an inning on 9 pitches. No hard hits, obviously. Probably the best, if I had to give a player of the game today, it would be Spire, because Refsnyder, even though the defense was there, the getting on base was there. The offense is struggling so much, it's hard to, really credit a guy who hasn't had a hit this year. And then you go over to the Rangers side, they hit the ball hard 10 times, Mariners hit the ball hard 7 times. Not hitting the ball hard, you're not getting on base as much. Let's see, Rangers walk 3 times, Mariners walk 2 times, and it was the first inning. After that, Mariners didn't get a single walk off Mackenzie Gore. That was rough. Struck out 9 times just on Mackenzie Gore's 5 innings. He was dominating on this. He actually didn't have that many swinging strikes. The Mariners were struck out looking the first 2 times in the first inning. They really were just not seeing it, and it feels like a slump in offense. The good thing is it's only game 13, and you've got 149 to go. But not much to say other than you got to get the feel. And feel is super important for a ball player. The Mariners just don't have that feel. Hitting is contagious, offense is contagious, and the Mariners don't. Not having offense, I guess, is contagious as well. Chris Martin, Luis Curvelo, we made him look better than he actually is. 2 strikeouts in the 2 innings he did. Cole Winn comes in, gets a save, but it was really just, whatever. Cole Young, luckily, getting a base hit, making sure the Mariners don't get 1 hit today. But that's about how bad it was. You got to let it all out. I'm ready for Mariners Twitter, all the Mariners YouTubers, everybody, all the media, the radio, right? Do all the pressure and this isn't what we expected and things are going wrong. It's not a bad baseball team. It's an absolutely a cold one. They looked good in the first series against the Guardians. They had some, a little bit of good against the Yankees. And then since then, I mean, the Angels series, they put up a good fight. This one, you just can't really, other than the Cal's at bat and maybe, you look at yesterday, a couple small ball runs, man, you're really reaching for the bottom of the barrel here. And part of it is that there's a clear blueprint versus Mariners yesterday that Nathan Eovaldi threw a whole bunch of million splitters to the Mariners. And now Mackenzie Gore comes out and does the opposite. Throws a whole lot of four-seam fastballs, righties, lefties, everybody, you name it. Get your pitch. Everybody come get your pitch over the plate. Four-seam fastball. Mariners looking at it. I mean, just striking out, looking. And Mackenzie Gore has this massive talent, but it's rough to watch. Strikeouts looking. Only 11 swinging strikes and 82 pitches. That's good. But it's not insane or anything. Especially for having 9 strikeouts in 5 innings. 29 called strikes plus whiffs. So, in 49 strikes overall, only on 82 pitches, there was a whole lot of balls. There was a whole lot to work with in terms of getting these long at bats. The Mariners just, confidence, hitting is contagious. That's what's going on here. Mackenzie Gore not especially up on his velocity or anything. Not looking, more formidable than he usually does. It just worked against a struggling offense today. And you even put the pitch count pressure on him. Got him out of the game after 5 innings. You had a chance to put it on more. And like against Joey Cantillo, that would be like the blueprint for today going well. Obviously, you have to land some of those hits. But 6 batted ball events, that's the big thing that I want to look at and kind of harp on. It's like you had 6 batted ball events on 82 pitches. Way too much looking at pitches. I get you're trying to get going, but then Bryan Woo under the hood looks really good. Actually had more swinging strikes at 12 on 83 pitches. Didn't have quite as many CSW because the Rangers were actually swinging at these pitches. But 56 strikes on 83 pitches, more strikes overall. Had a higher zone rate, 50 to 52. Bryan Woo probably pitched better, but he allows the runs. And his average EV is right where you want it, 88.4. There's just 3 times the batted ball events, 18 to the 6 of Mackenzie Gore. So the Mariners just were not making contact today. When they did, 98.2 average EV. That's a whole 10 ticks higher than with Bryan Woo for a stat that's, really hard to get up there, on 82 pitches. But when you only have 6 batted ball events, 4 of them are hard hits. So the Mariners had to just slug this thing today. Looking at the data, like that kind of is what it would tell you, but just weren't doing it. Most of the runs in this series, now that you think about it, came from Cal's second at bat of the game homer against Jacob deGrom, Brendan Donovan's first pitch of the game homer yesterday. So first inning swing away homers, kind of, one being a long at bat, one being a first pitch. Like those were most of the offense in this series for the Mariners. And that's basically what it is. You look at Bryan Woo, everything looks good under the hood. Look at Mackenzie Gore, it's like, yeah, it looks pretty good, but it looks like he's getting lucky for sure. But at the same time, you got to take advantage of it. And the Mariners just are not taking advantage of stuff right now. You got Tatsuya Imai and the wrong way slider on Friday. So looking at how you're going to go defeat that, like, you're just going to have to get comfortable. You're going to have to, maybe watch some tape, be ready and stuff, but also go and like this game is a kid's game, right? I say this during the playoffs, like this is the game that you know and love since you were a kid, right? You put in all the work like a man so you can go enjoy this game as a kid. Like that's what you want to do. Go enjoy this game like you're a kid again. I don't know, tomorrow maybe you'd kind of wash things away. Maybe don't do too much baseball stuff. And just get out there and have fun, to be honest. I know that's the last thing but they did not look like they were having as much fun today. Even Refsnyder after the one, big good play all game, with the home run robbery, it's like he's just got an edge to him, right? He's got that nasty look on his face, and it's like, let's not be too nasty. We want to be nasty, but we also want to be like competitive, like kids sometimes, right? We don't want to be no fun, right? You think this is fun? No, this is a game. You do have to you have to play loose. You have to play relaxed a little bit. Even though there's a whole lot of edge going on right now, it's not necessarily working. And you even look at had, I think, one more thing I was going to. Oh, yeah. Connor Joe's throwing error. Connor Joe has this throwing error, and that, um, yeah, let's see. And a couple guys score after that. I'm going to go, yeah. Where is it? Brandon Brandon Nimmo reaches on a fielder's choice in the bottom of the fifth inning. Danny Jansen scores and Josh Smith scores. That's two of the runs of the game. Ezekiel Duran to third, Brandon Nimmo to second. Throwing error by Connor Joe. As right after he comes up, he doesn't have a great day at the plate. He gets deep into these at bats, but it didn't look like he was super competitive. Hitting grounders and stuff, not hitting for power, not hitting for any meaningful contact in his first game. Not what you want to see from Connor Joe, but it looks like he'll probably get a chance this weekend as well at some point. Not at first base, but maybe in the outfield. He'll be sitting as the backup first baseman right now, I guess. Just in case Naylor needs a day off, you can get some more righties in there against like a lefty. But at this point, right, let's go look at Tetsuya Imai, because how do we go 1-0? We can't change the fact that the Mariners are, and if you didn't bet on the Mariners before the season, if you're a betting man, whatever, right, if you want to make a bet with your friends, right, now is the time. Now is the time to bet on the Mariners. You don't bet on the Mariners when they're all doing everything good. They have 149 games left. They're sure to figure a lot of this out. If you wanted to bet on the Mariners or do anything like that, you would do it right now. And so with Tatsuya Imai, 27-year-old rookie, 5'11", 176, really small for a guy who's throwing in the upper 90s. And his velocity's been kind of up. He's actually really sitting like 94.8 on the four seam. Then the wrong way slider, that is going to be a big weapon. It's going just as much as his fastball. And he had a whole lot of success in his second start, and that's why he's getting a whole lot of whiffs. It's funny, he's not getting guys to chase necessarily. He is walking guys through his first two starts, but he's getting a whole lot of whiffs and a whole lot of strikeouts. He's not allowed any barrels yet. He is a pretty good ground ball rate. So, get out there, see if you can be a kid against him. The wrong way slider is the one thing to look out for. The four seam has some decent movement on it, but nothing too insane. More like, the 12, like the 10 to 14 inch vertical break, with quite a bit of horizontal break as well. Kind of like an Emerson Hancock type four seam, or maybe even a little better than that. So let's go get out there against Tetsuya Imai on Friday. That's the main thing. Got to go and whoop the Astros. That'll surely make you feel better. Even if you sweep that series, 4-game sweep, you'd still only be at 8-9, but the momentum there, you'd forget about this bad road trip real quick. And I remind you last year, that Giants road trip that was like in the beginning of the season, where Victor Robles got hurt for basically the whole season. Things were going wrong. The Mariners' record was in a terrible place. They were going to extra innings a whole bunch and losing these games. I think they might have even got swept. That laid the groundwork for the Mariners to jump off into a hot streak at the end of April. Get really hot the All-Star break. This is where you see what you're made of. So that's the key here, is learn the right lessons from this. Don't learn the wrong lessons that we can't do this or we can't do that. Learn the right lessons that, we've got these weaknesses, and now thanks for showing us our weaknesses, because now we can go work on them. Now we can go, now the book has been written, and now we can go and write our own book, kind of opposing that. So, there's a whole lot of mental warfare, but sometimes you just got to take a deep breath. Honestly, go do some yoga. I know I'm going to go do some yoga today, and, focus on other stuff, focus on life. And when, if you focus on life, sometimes that'll carry into baseball. You got to have fun. You can't be too worried. Remember, as long as you go 1-0 every pitch, then you can go 1-0 on any pitch. You stay stoic. You give all glory to God. Make it about something bigger than yourself. Don't get too high. Don't get too low. You can't lose. I will see you guys tomorrow for something, and go M's.